Hey y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And you can find me at Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou on Instagram and Ravelry.
Alright. And I'm cpredmor on Ravelry. And I have posted a couple times with my latest project on Instagram as Knitting in Our Jeans. I've even remembered hashtags.
I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice.
I'm sorry.
I haven't managed to remember the -C, but I've got hashtags.
I now have to go look at this.
Those of you who have just found us, welcome. Those of you who have stuck with us over the years, thank you so much. Yeah, we're still here together.
I did.
See?
Well done. I'm very proud of you.
I am too. So Elizabeth is not living here, although if solitary confinement gets to where we do have room down in the office, and her father offered to put some new lights in because the fluorescent tubes that he's got up there, they make a horrendous noise.
They're so loud.
They really are. They buzz.
So loud.
And I can sympathize because when I worked in the office, although these many years, they drove me crazy until I finally got so used to them I just ignored them. But yes, if somebody was just moving down there,
yeah,
it would be bad.
Yeah.
But he stopped fooling with the internet.
I've noticed that.
Did you notice that? Because he got the cord out of the hallway. Now, this room, the only thing that didn't have to move is the bookshelf behind me.
Thank goodness, because that would have been hellish.
I can't imagine. We almost had the desk tip over because I had to take everything out of a bookshelf that's over there. That is this middle section. See,
it's a small section.
Yeah. And I had to take everything out of that. And there are some books in there from my young girlhood. They are Cherry Ames, the nurse. Something like Nancy Drew, because there was always some kind of mystery that she had to solve, but she was a nurse. And I think, God bless you, the first book is Cherry Ames, Student Nurse. You know, what can I tell you? So there's books, and there's undyed yarn. There's knitting books. There's academic books.
There's all kinds of stuff.
So anyway, he said, we have to be able to move that. So I said, okay. So I took all that stuff and put it on my desk.
Oh, no.
He put one more thing on the printer, and it unbalanced this whole thing because the desktop is glass and is not lagged in anywhere to the supports because it's glass and there's no holes drilled in it. And it was going over, so I heard him screaming. So I came running, and he said, you have to put all this stuff off the desk. Like, you know, it doesn't live on the desk. It lives in the bookshelf. It was fine in the bookshelf. Just saying. So
yes, but the bookshelf was in his way.
I know. So we got all that taken care of, and then he says, okay, you can put the stuff in the bookshelf back. I went, all right, now you have to take the stuff out of the closet. So luckily, that was in bins. And so the bins just came out.
That's why he knows what's in the closet now.
Yes, because he had to get in there. Well, what is all this stuff? I said, oh, it's Elizabeth. It's like,
thanks.
Well, do we need all of it? I said, I'm not throwing any of it out. Otherwise, he would have had me up here.
Are we not allowed to, like, have a closet? Like, am I not, like...
He's just trying to get us all ready for moving. Which probably won't be in a year. Yes. But you probably don't remember how many trips to the dump we took.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so he's trying to avoid having excess. Anyway, so this part has gotten a little bit cleaned up.
Deal with his excess that's down in the basement, maybe, instead of creating more excess like I see him doing. But, you know.
Whatever. So he finally got the cords around the outskirts. See, it's underneath. You see how it's woven? We have wall registers.
Oh my God, I see.
And they're not radiators. We're one step more modern than radiators, wouldn't you say? These are not the same as our old radiators.
No, they're not the same as our old radiators.
The old radiators were outside the wall and were those, oval
curly
cubes. These are radiators, but they are set mostly into the wall, and they have a flat front. They are not as efficient, actually, as those old-timey radiators. Having lived in a house with old-timey radiators, I really like them. I love them, as a matter of fact. Particularly in a bathroom, because they heat up very well, and you can put your towel over them when you're in the shower, and you end up with a heated towel. I love those things. I do not love these things, because you cannot drape anything over them. In the bathroom, he hangs his towel on the towel rack over them, so the bathroom's freezing.
So he gets a warm towel.
Yes. Yes.
But that's because he doesn't want to double layer the towel over the bar.
Right. So anyway, we managed to get all that kind of taken out and put back in again, and he has stopped fiddling with the internet. Thank goodness, because for quite a while, there was one time, there was a point
where I almost thought my mother was going to vacate and come live with me in Queens.
Yes, well, because he then started, he can take things apart very well. It's the putting back together that is somewhat problematic, and sometimes things get plugged in the wrong...
There was the 8 hours that he plugged it in the wrong way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, so we've been doing more... been participating in more Zooms.
Yes.
So, Indie Untangled had a Zoom, and if you're part of the Indie Untangled crew, I'm not sure how one gets that way. Anyway, I know I have their email.
If you're on the newsletter.
Right, okay, so then she sent out an invitation for a Zoom.
For Friday
with Vanessa Smith.
Yes.
Who had several patterns that I have favorited, but I have not yet actually bought. But that may be changing by tomorrow.
That was fast.
Well, as I said, they've been in my favorites list for a long time. She does great things with cables and waist shaping. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Extremely impressive. So the first hour was talking with the designer. And Lisa did an excellent job interviewing her, I thought.
Well, Lisa's a very good interviewer.
And I didn't realize that it was going to go on for quite a while.
Yes.
So we didn't have dinner early, and I had set it up so dinner would be cooked at 7. So then and I didn't want to break in, so I held up my sign that dinner is done / cooked. This is great, thank you. So that I wouldn't intrude upon the discussion that was going on. Anyway, it really was great. So if you're interested, you might want to get involved in the Indie Untangled newsletter so that you can be in the Zooms too. It really was really good.
I think she's trying to schedule it for about every 2 weeks.
Yes, I already have it in my calendar. Yes.
I got an auto request if I wanted to to add it to my calendar. Yes. I thought that was lovely.
It was very good. So, and then I was able to participate in this week's Knit Zoom.
Yes.
Yes. So Knit
on Tuesday
Long Island, which is how I think her website is, like Knit Long Island.
I think so.
It was Wednesday at 2. And I'm not exactly
Wednesday at 2? Wasn't it
Tuesday at 2? Yeah, right. Tuesday at 2. I'm not sure what you do to get involved in those.
That's also on her newsletter.
Okay, so somehow I'm on her newsletter. I don't know how, but thank you very much. And that was a hoot. We got to see one of the regulars' new puppy.
Oh, I think she works at the shop.
So cute.
The puppy's
this
really
black
cute.
Little curly-haired devil.
I think
so
Australian
cute.
Shepherd or something.
So cute.
Very cute.
Very cute. Very cute. And, oh, by the way, speaking of animals and cuteness.
Oh, my God.
I am on the newsletter from the Governor Cuomo, and in his newsletter yesterday, there was a link for people who needed a calm space. The animal hospital in New York City, in Manhattan, apparently has a live broadcast of some animal once a day. This week it was 1-day-old kittens. A pair of them.
Really cute.
They were adorable. They didn't do much.
No, but they were cute.
There was a mew every once in a while. So cute.
So cute.
So very cute. So that was a plus. I have to say I don't know how your time is moving, but my time, your father and I realized that time is going like flashing by. The days are done before we even know what we've done. And I haven't left the house.
I I mean, I
I
have
really
some
have to
of
get
that.
started back exercise. I'm not even
You
exercising.
need to exercise that. Do we need to have an accountability system here?
That won't help.
I know. You'll lie to me.
That won't
You
help.
won't even lie to me. You'll just be like, no, I didn't do it. I'll be like, I did. And you'll be like, good, I'm happy for you.
Exactly. I have to get organized, and I realize if I get up relatively early, take my shower, go downstairs, then I'm going to do it. And when I helped your father set up the lawn sprinkler, while I'm waiting for him to tell me what he wants me to do, I'm doing my balancing, I'm doing my leg lifts. It's just, I have all this knitting to do.
I understand.
It's an incredible amount of knitting, and I have made great strides. This week I did the second half.
Just wait until you see how many great strides I have made.
Now, and this is in between video games.
Well, yes.
I found I have a Nintendo DS.
Yes.
3DS? No, just regular DS.
Yeah.
And I was cleaning my desk off, and I found a Pokemon Sun that I had ordered.
You had?
Forgot I had.
Mm.
So now I'm playing that. But dear Lord, stick a stick through your head. Oh, you have to make them happy. You have to pet them. At the early ones, you just went and collected them.
I miss the old Pokemon game. Well, no, isn't the one that just recently came out essentially a remake of the originals?
Perhaps. I didn't get it. I do have some of the older ones.
Yeah.
And I actually have some of my older Nintendo things.
I think I do
have
too.
my clamshell.
I think I have my clamshell at least.
And I have an older Sideways.
The original DS.
The original DS that played both the longer cartridges and the ones on the top.
Well, I still have the middle DS that plays both of them.
Okay. I do notice, though, it's a lot dimmer than this one. They did manage to get brighter and brighter. So anyway, I do have a Pokemon that I'm playing every once in a while when the knitting just seems to drag on and on. What else? I play a number of games that are separate apps from Facebook. So I actually had several people ask if they could join my Facebook or be friends with me on Facebook. Very sweet. I rarely look at Facebook itself because I figure if someone wants to get in touch with me, they're going to send me an email. She tells me about pictures that I need to look at. I don't live on Facebook. I guess I'm not part of my own generation, but I just don't.
Yeah, you're really not.
Just don't live on Facebook. I don't.
Seriously, the rest of your generation is all about
I don't
the
need
Facebook.
to be trolling other people. I think I said it this morning. I've been a college professor for over 35 years. So, and then when I came home from work there, I was at Richard's office meeting patients. So I would have anywhere from 100 to 200 students a semester. And then we have all of Richard's patients. I am really enjoying not having to meet people on a daily basis. Not having to be perpetually cheerful. I'm still weighing my words in email because these are still students and they are still semi-fragile. And I'm cognizant of that. I mean, there are times when my first answer would be a snarky adult answer. And I go, draw yourself in. They're having a very difficult time. They've not been through any stresses before. And so this is something that's very new and different for them. I mean, they probably have had seen a bit of poverty before, where you've got $10 to last you 2 weeks for food and you end up with a lot of ramen. But they've never really dealt with something existential. And my mother keeps saying, did you ever think something like this would happen? And I have to say, I never thought of an illness as a pandemic. I thought someone would come in and take away the internet and our electricity. I can't tell you how this might happen unless they got into the brains of the electrical system and just shut it down. That's what I was thinking. So where we have all the stuff where we're talking to you on YouTube, it would have been gone. And I said, that's the kind of emergency I've been thinking of. My mother, of course, thinks, 1, she's going to live forever. 2, that nothing bad is ever going to happen again.
And I keep mentioning to her...
Mind you, she was born 10 years after the 1918 pandemic.
Right.
She lived through
the Depression
and World War II.
Yes.
And Korea and Vietnam. Like...
And where this is in her brain, we don't know. Because she is truly Susie Sunshine. And keeps asking me, did I ever think something like this would happen? And I keep saying, well, you know, Mom, we did have the pandemic before. She's... That was bad, too. Yes, it was. So.
See, I don't get those conversations. I get, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, Nan. Are you eating? Yes, I'm eating. Oh, okay, good. I love you. Bye.
No, I get the semi-existential question. Did you ever think this was going to happen? And what I really thought would happen would be that we'd lose electricity. And I think that would be really difficult. Yes. Very difficult.
We couldn't even sew then.
Think about, well, get your hand sewing out, my dear. I have found some great metrosine thread that works really well with hand sewing. So it's like, I can do that. And as you said, our sewing machines, 2 of them, we can hand.
Oh, I did hand crank, because I hand crank through the elastics.
And there's one out in Oakdale, out east, that is actually a hand crank machine. It's, I don't know, it's $75 or $90. And if there wasn't a pandemic, it would be in this house. Would have been like that. I would have had Richard go up and work on the boat. I would have driven out to Oakdale. You would never know. But there's a pandemic. I'm not going out to Oakdale.
Good. I appreciate your
forbearance. My forbearance.
Your restraint.
There's hardly any here. Today I was watching the podcast from Inside Number 23 with Katie. Mm-hmm. And she talked about the cross stitch that she does.
Yes.
Yes. I have had, and somehow they got lost, but I had Gold Dimension, the company's Dimension, Gold Collection Angels. Cross stitch angels. I don't know where they are. I think they're gone.
Oh, you mean like my whole jewelry box full of Grandma Carol's jewelry that also somehow is gone? Yes. Maybe because a certain someone who will not be named might have somehow been in charge of that box or two during the move over to here.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Not that we're still bitter almost 10 years later.
I've ordered some.
Yeah.
They're not actually being made anymore.
The gold collections?
Right.
Oh.
At least the ones I want.
Did you manage to find those, though?
I found some angels, but I said I didn't want angels anymore.
Okay.
I've now found 3 cafes beside water bodies.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
European?
Yes.
No?
Yes. One looks like Venice, and 2 look like the Italian lakes, like Lake Como, etc. Okay. And since we've been to both places, I thought that would be lovely. Yeah. So they're coming in somewhere in the month of May. Good. Considering my birthday's in the month of May, yes. I figured happy birthday to me. Of course, I also said that for the clothes I was ordering. Well, Gap.
Gap, yes.
Gap had a...
it still has a significant sale. If anyone
30%
has
to 70%.
Certain things that they like from the Gap, Old Navy, or Banana Republic. Go get it now.
They're a severe discount. I did order some jeans from them and a couple shirts. I found some of their bigger shirts are really good for sailing shirts. So I ordered from that. I also ordered 2 pairs of pants. Well, a pair of pants, a pair of fancy jeans.
Were these the ones you wanted me to see before you ordered them?
Too bad.
Okay.
And
I figured when you didn't bring it up that they had already been ordered.
Big plaid shirt.
Okay.
From Neiman.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. Somehow I also got on their mailing list.
With a personal shopper.
With a personal shopper. Hillary, who's a graduate student.
Oh.
Yes. And last year she helped me find the dress for the wedding.
Oh, for the wedding?
Yes, that
I thought she helped
white flowered thing, and she helped me get the dress I wore to my dad's funeral, and she got that dress to me in 2 days.
Yeah.
So she has really come through for me
in a big way. I also got my Christmas dress from her. So there were 3 things that fit very well, whether they fit well now, because I've been eating.
They probably do.
So anyway, she's been pretty good, and she's not pushy at all.
That's good.
So I decided, I really should finish going through my closet and throw out some of the stuff that I have in my closet that I haven't worn in 2 or 3 years. So I decided to send a note over to Hillary and say, Hillary, what kind of retirement capsule wardrobe should I be thinking of? And I sent you the thing that she sent, and I thought it was well thought out. So on there was a pair of jeans. She had a nice white shirt. And she has sent me pictures of probably 20 nice white shirts. Somebody finally said, Hillary, I'm not buying a dry clean only white shirt ever again. Sorry, I'm not doing it. Even if I make a silk shirt, it's going through the wash from the dryer first so that I know it can do that ever after again. At this point in my life, having some poly in it so it doesn't have to be ironed, primo. Anyway, Hillary finally got the message on that. But I ordered a pair of dress black pants. Good. I ordered a very nice pair of black jeans. And black...
Do we need to talk of all of our consumerism?
I'm just saying that, now I'm done.
Okay.
So, because I'm planning on making that raincoat, so I don't need to buy the raincoat.
I understand. I was very tempted, except all of the pattern boxes are in front of the where the fabric is.
Oh, well, that's because your father was replastering, so now we can move him back.
I know.
So if you spend the night tomorrow, we can look at the patterns.
We'll see.
Okay. So anyway, I was buying those because it was my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the closets and start throwing more clothes out and just really have clothes that I need rather than clothes that are there, and I don't need to keep, collecting dresses.
Yeah.
So the dresses are going. What's really upsetting to my husband, and many of those collection bins seem to have been gone too.
Yes, because you don't know who has had what.
Well, no, this was before the virus.
Oh.
Yes. So now if I take them out, I will hold them to give to the church.
Okay.
The other thing we were talking about is in New York, they're going to start having the pharmacy do COVID tests.
Oh, good.
Which is very nice. But what I'd want to have first is the serum test.
The antibody test?
Right. Because if you remember, I was sick at your birthday.
Yep.
And we had been away, as you all might remember. And I came home, and within 2 days I had a fever.
Yep.
It was a low-grade fever. It went on for 2 weeks.
Yep.
I had a cough. So, could have been any number of different things. Who knows? So I would like to have the antibody test to see if that or something else has been COVID. And I mentioned antibodies. And your dad's the same way. We'd like to have the antibody test first. Because that's really the more important issue, at least in our minds. Because if it is, well, then we could willy-nilly go to the beach and,
How about we don't, so that you actually stay healthy?
No, I'm saying is if you find you have the antibodies.
I know.
I would actually go and donate blood at that point.
Okay.
So, anyway. So that's just the kind of... So anyway, the boxes, we have a couple boxes.
She says she doesn't miss people, yet she's just rambled on for how many minutes?
Well, I knew I have you all. Richard knows what's going on because he sees the boxes coming in.
Oh,
we have
goodness.
3 boxes, 4 boxes in quarantine downstairs.
Oh, yeah, because they're quarantining their boxes as they come in, and so now Dad definitely knows what's coming in the house.
Yes. So if there had been no quarantine, I could have driven out to Oakdale, gotten the sewing machine, hid it up here in this room, and he never would have known. But he'd know now because it'd have to be quarantined.
You could keep it in the car.
I could.
Do not go out and get it. I swear on all that is holy.
I would like to have one that goes like that, though. We ought to keep an eye out for them.
Contact the seller. Buy it, but don't get it until later.
No, I'd like to go out and try it.
Oh, okay. Well, contact the seller. See if it's still available.
I don't need.
Or
no,
wait.
We'll wait.
But
We'll wait.
no, we're not going out and doing that now. You're not going. No.
Do you want to see what I've done this week?
Sure.
Okay. Other than buy things?
Other than text each other at 2 a.m. going, we shouldn't be having this.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
So
The same night.
the same night, Mom and I had, both of us had this urge to buy meat, I guess is the best way to put it.
No, I was thinking about the noises.
Oh, no. I'm going first, though, because this is the beginning of the week. The noises were the end of the week.
Yes.
So, beginning of the week.
D'Artagnan.
We both, Mom was going to order.
The lamb from.
Right, Mom was going to order from D'Artagnan, and I was going to order from City Collective. Or Chef Collective, sorry. And I was like, well, I could get the pork pack, and then I can get sausages, and I can get ground pork, and I don't know what to do with the pork chops. And of course, Mom's like, well, are you going to eat all of that? And I was like,
Yep.
I'm going to bring it to you guys. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to make food for us. Come on now. And then I was like, you're right. Dad won't be so into pork chops as you and I would be.
Mm-hmm.
So this was also, again, 2 a.m. because my mother and I don't text at normal hours of the night. Also, when we both get brilliant ideas at 2 a.m., we know the other one is probably awake to respond. So Mom then was texting me about veal.
Yes.
Veal. So we also then decided that 2 a.m. was not the time to be making these decisions. So I texted her at 10 o'clock the next morning, something like that. And I was like, how are you doing? Did you put in the order last night? And she goes, no. And I was like, okay. And I was like, where are you ordering from? And we figured it out. And we ended up ordering together, kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? Yeah,
well,
we did.
Because I offered to make us paella for your birthday next week.
Well, we definitely ordered together because I don't know what to put in the order.
Well, yeah, but we also, we only got chorizo, and then you got me
bacon.
You got me a bacon pack.
Yes.
I was
a bacon sampler that's wending its way.
I'm appreciative, but
So D'Artagnan is the online butcher that I used to get the lamb that I wanted for Easter because I had read had listened to a Mary Berry recipe on one of Mary Berry's
shows.
Shows, which I originally seen on YouTube, but now is on Netflix, I believe. Or it could be Acorn or BritBox. I'm not sure. It's because we have all of them.
Yes.
And it sounded really good and incredibly easy.
It was.
Which it was. So then it was a particular kind of lamb, which I'd have to look up. And I couldn't get it in any of the local stores. And it's the beginning of COVID. So I said, well, let's look online. And I found this butcher called D'Artagnan. And they were later written up in the Wall Street Journal.
They seem to be very, very well priced.
Very well priced, but they have good quality.
They
as evidenced by the Wall Street Journal.
And they also have
and they have been
quantity.
Well, because they service the restaurant industry.
Yes.
That is their main focus. And now that the restaurant industry has gone full stop, then they started really reaching out to do retail. Now, they've done retail in the past, but you are buying in quantity. So the veal I wanted was 6 pounds. When it's coming, and it had a discount of like $35 off. That was only on the frozen. So when it comes, I'm going to have to slice the frozen somehow.
We'll figure it out.
So that I can have 1 pound increments.
Yes.
So that I don't have to cook 6 pounds at one time.
Yeah.
But this is the veal that I can use for veal scallopini or the veal that I make in the pan.
Like Parmesan kind of?
Yes. So anyway, I ordered that. I don't remember. I may have ordered some bison.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we did.
Think some ground bison.
I think we got some bison.
And because they don't have any chicken that I wanted.
And because ground beef seems to
bison
be
has
hard.
less.
Well, ground beef seems to be difficult to get in the grocery stores now.
Your father finds it.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, the bison
find it
has lower cholesterol.
Yes. And it's just delicious. So,
Okay.
so that was one thing we texted about at 2 a.m. this week. The other thing was my redecorating.
Right. I had no idea what you were talking about. I still don't know because we didn't talk about it.
It's okay. It hasn't happened yet. So I have to wait for, unemployment to wend its way through before I can right.
So she's going to start getting unemployment, and I'm going to have my last teaching checks.
Oh.
I was going to say goodbye to my class and lay it on them that this is my last class that I'm teaching, but I decided no one needs that much stress.
No.
And then the school wanted my student teacher evaluations, and Richard's going, who cares? And he's right, because I really don't care. Parenthetically, my student teacher evaluations have always been very good. But now that they've gone online, I can't ever see them. For some reason, the link that is sent to me goes back to 2016, a class I had in 2016. And in 2016, I had 5 classes, and it only showed 1. So it's like, this is not helpful. So I sent an email out to the class asking them if they wouldn't please do the student teacher evaluation. So far, I think 4 out of 17 have. Yeah. Oh, well, I made the effort.
Yeah.
So.
But I also think I'm gonna. Oh, and that was the other thing I discovered is that I want another bookshelf. I need another bookshelf. Let's be real. I've double layered my bookshelves that are in my.
I have no more to give you.
I know. I've already picked out which one from IKEA I want.
Okay.
So once IKEAs are allowed to be open again, I know exactly what I'm getting.
Okay.
Because if I get it for delivery,
Ben can come and
I can get it and do it.
Well, I'm sure it helps to have 2 people with a bookshelf.
Probably. But
and probably a hand truck.
Possibly. But I did some research, and actually Ben did help me because we were trying to figure out. No, they're not Billy, because I want to put it in between the wall and my windows in my living room. So, over on the couch side. No, it needs to be thin.
Okay.
So
it's. Is that what the heater is?
No, the heater's just under the under the windows, like it is here.
Okay.
So it'd be next to it, kind of.
Okay.
Because so I found the bookshelf, and IKEA has it. It's a pretty good price. And then they add $50 for delivery. So guess who's not having that delivered and is going to wait?
Yeah.
But I would really like it if I could have had my bookshelf delivered so that I could then,
be filling it full.
Reorganizing my bookshelf.
Yes.
But yeah, that was the other exciting thing. And then last night, apparently, both my mother and I had issues.
I don't think it was last night. So,
mine was last night.
Mine was not last night.
Oh.
Mine was the night that we were texting back and forth at 2:30 in the morning.
Was that the meat night or the night that you told me to go to bed?
The night I told you to go to bed.
So that was Thursday into Friday.
Okay. From 1:30 to 2:30, there was something knocking in this house.
And any other Doctor Who fans, yes, I immediately went and thought of The End of Time, episodes with the end of the David Tennant run, where that's the beat throughout the entire thing.
I said, I thought of the ads for Friday the 13th and those silly ones where the kids scream, where they run into the garage with all the power tools. I said, I'm not going to investigate. No. It actually sounds like someone's in the basement trying to get up to the first floor, and there's no lock on that door, or there is, but I didn't even move from the sofa. Mm-hmm. Instead, I went upstairs to bed. I have no idea what it was. Richard said it might have been a bird.
Mm.
Could have been. I've been sitting on the sofa now twice when a bird's tried to fly through the window. It's not only got a glass, but it's got a storm window on it. So
poor bird.
I don't understand. The bird, they kind of knock themselves back, shake their heads, and go off again.
Mm.
But anyway, it could have been a bird. It could have been a number of different things. It was not a cat. Now, we do get cats around here, and they sound like babies in distress.
Aww.
But that was a little weird. I've never heard that before.
See, I heard the squeak of a faucet and then some scratching. And so, of course, I thought someone was climbing in through my
shower
window.
It's a foot square.
Yeah.
She's up on the 4th floor.
You have to... No, but I think I think you have to hang off of the fire escape in order to get to it. But yeah, I was just like... things you think about.
Yes.
But yeah, so we've had fun evenings here. So you were going to show us something.
Yes, I was. I have been working on my no sequin,
no beading
sweater. So, if you remember last week, I had the left side done. Because you start with the left side. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to go with a long sleeve. So, it's actually...
Longer than they even suggest for a long sleeve?
Oh, yes.
Ah.
Yes, we thought of doing a panel and a half. I went with 2 panels because I realized with the way these designs are going, it would be really tough
to do a half a panel. Okay.
And so I did this week the right side.
Yeah.
And I have managed, if you see the change in the pattern,
yes,
that's now the back.
Oh, look at
so
that.
So this sweater is knit this way, and you can bind off the sleeve, or you can do a 3-needle bind off, which is what the pattern writer recommends. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So I've got my front, and I think once it's blocked, it's going to be really pretty. I really like it. And of course, because it is such a relaxed art yarn, the fact that it's supposed to be made for block people, this sleeve will be fine. And yes, there'll be some extra fabric bunching, but you know, again, art yarn, no one's going to notice it. And I think it's going to be
beautiful,
incredibly warm. I think it's very pretty.
Yes.
Yes, there are a ton and a half of stitch markers on here, but the pattern is now 6 stitches wide. And I need this. Oh, my nose itches. I need this in order to keep track of the pattern, because it changes every knit row. Okay. So I've been very busy. I'm hoping to actually finish it this week. It's possible. Yeah. It's possible. So that would be done. Yes. And then if you were watching me, I've done nothing on the blue. I had this come in, and I think it was in detention last week. So this is a skein of Untangled for 2019.
It was in male quarantine.
Yes, worsted Aran, and it goes with that sweater that I made, the Varnia. And I've decided to make a huge cowl.
Nice.
Collar. And so this is going to be the cowl collar for that. And the dyer was able to send me one, the same dye lot. Yay. So yay! So once I finish that sweater, I can do this and then take the collar out just a little bit. I want to count the stitches. I may do a massive increase to open up that collar, and then just knit like crazy around to make it this big, huge thing. I think that'll be a very nice design element. The other thing is I believe I showed you all.
Yes.
That I won this Lapghan kit.
Yes, from Cascade.
From Cascade. And it's lovely. I was going to wait to do this. It has enough yarn for these 16 squares and the border, but it's at my feet. And it may seem silly to use that as an excuse, but I want to work on it in order to get it out from under my feet and on the couch or something like that. So I have now started with not my favorite color, because I have to say green is not my favorite color. It was my father's favorite color, but not mine. But it seemed to be an easy pattern. It is this one. And it is from Mary. Each one of these patterns is from a relatively well-known designer. This is Mary Lynn Patrick. And I don't know that she's named it.
It's a basket weave.
It is a basket weave type of pattern. So it is this. And I'm making that square. And I'll let you know how far I get with that. But I've, you know, when you don't have to really worry about gauge with the first one.
You have to worry about the others to make sure they're the right size, but not the first one. So anyway, that's what I have done. I've worked, as I said, nothing on the blue sweater, but this one has been going great guns.
I have.
Why don't you show what you've been doing?
So I have, in the last week, gone from this marker all the way to here. And actually today it's kind of been my project du jour.
I love the color in here.
It does shift. It's not creating vertical stripes as much as I thought it would because of the color pooling. So it's more flashing and pooling in areas. I like it. I'm glad it's doing that. I was worried about the vertical striping. Because like in the first 2 or 3, you can kind of, the first 2 specifically, you can see they're very identical. So I was very worried about that. So this is my Vellichor by Andrea Mowry. I think I'm approximately 3 inches out of 12 done. Yes, I'm just over 3 inches. So that's on track. I've been doing that about 10 minutes. All right. I usually do it during pick it up for an episode of a show. I had said that for my 100-day challenge, I would do 10 minutes a day. Like, I hadn't really announced it anywhere except for here and like to a friend of mine. But yeah, so I've been doing that. I need to try this on for you before I leave, or even before we leave the room tonight. So it's my not my ripple crop. It's my little secret crop. I have bound off the top for the straps, and so I've started the straps here. I need to try it on so that Mom can measure how long my straps need to be. It fits. I do think when I make the bralettes, I want to make them a size smaller than I did for this because I want a little bit more support. Like, this is comfortable, but it's definitely
I found, however, and not the bralette. When I made the one size smaller, I couldn't get it on at this point. So just be careful.
Didn't I try on the one size smaller?
I don't know. Okay. It's over there.
Oh, I'll try them on before I leave so I know which ones to do then. As long as you know which one is which. But I did, so remember I was holding 2 yarns together. So I did finish the burgundy in this, the body section. So now I do have the top ribbing in orange and the straps will be in orange. Wow.
That'll be nice.
That was harder. Yeah, and I think it'll still be really nice. It's an alpaca wool, like tweed mix.
Ooh,
so
that's nice.
I think it'll be okay.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that.
You want something that has a little bit of body to it so that it'll stand up.
So there's that.
You wouldn't want art yarn.
No. And then I've been working on my Quadrat. I am up to, I think, row 22 of 48 in the stitch, like in this cable repeat. I'm almost to the center of it. I just haven't picked it up quite as often because I want to get some things done or progressed further due to the fact that something is a test knit. So I've been working on the Ripple bralette, I've been working on the Vellichor, I've been working on this, and then actually on Saturday I finally got up the Friday. Friday I got up the oomph and I cast on the turtleneck part of my test knit.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yes. And so I have since gotten through the shaping for the back neck, and now I will begin the chart, which has color work, but not in the first few rows.
Nice.
So yeah.
It goes on over your head?
Yeah, I have already tried it on a few times.
There we go.
I can prove it to you now, too. Mr. Snurly Whiplash.
No, just asking. It's
See?
a bit tight.
No, that's because I've got the clip.
Oh, yes.
See? It fits. I gotta make sure I don't have the clip in my hair.
Right.
So, ta-da!
Very nice.
Yeah, I can't tell if I have it on correctly, but you see it fits.
Your head.
Yes, I was a bit concerned about But it ended up being okay.
Very good.
Again, like I was worried about the the crop, the My Secret crop not fitting, but that fits, so ta-da!
Ta-da!
But yeah, I'm excited because this is out of a silk and linen blend that actually, when I tried it on yesterday, it was pretty warm. So I'm pretty excited about it being really nice for like this time of year.
Okay.
When it's that like transitional, you never know if it's going to be cold or if it's going to be hot. Because like I couldn't wear this, like I'm wearing my Ease right now. I could not wear this sweater in my apartment because my apartment is too warm because I live
here. I'm
chilled. My toes are chilled. And I've got hand knit socks on.
Oh, I didn't show you this. My white.
Oh, very nice.
This is the white T-shirt that came.
Nice.
Yes, nice V-neck, and it's nice and soft.
Oh, it is soft.
So.
And then you have your sweater from my office.
That's right, Plaza.
So yeah, so I've been working on those things. I'm hoping to have the secret crop done pretty soon. I think I'm going to try and focus this week on the Quadrat and the test knit, probably. But I also want to start getting some sewing done because my sewing, my fabric has just been sitting there staring at me.
Well, I was on Instagram, as I mentioned, that I did. So while I was on Instagram, there was an ad for stretch cotton.
Oh.
Yes, I didn't show it to you. It's downstairs? By the sewing machine. I managed to get a hot pink.
Oh, God.
And then a hot orange.
Nice.
Yes. Well, I figured it'll go with my sailing pants.
I was going to say, there's safety orange and safety pink. Good.
That's right. That's right. So, they're going to be...
you mean the pants Dad hates?
Yes. Well, they'd also go...
God, yes.
They'd also go
I
with
love
black
these
pants.
Mind you, I love these pants. My father thinks they're a bit outrageous.
So they go with actually any pants that I have on. So when I finish that sweater, I want to just stack them up, cut them, get them done, and then if you notice in the living room, there's 2 cottons.
I did.
And that'll go with the cotton shirt pattern that I bought last year. So I don't know that I'll get to those this week, but soon. So I have washed. Your father was so funny. He says, I think I hear something downstairs. All right, whatever. Oh, this is still drying in the dryer. I said, I don't think so. I think you set it and it goes for 117 minutes and it stops. It stopped a while ago. No, I think it kept restarting. Whatever. Fine, dear. I'm so glad you got it out of the dryer. And he stood there and he's unfolding it to make sure it's not going to wrinkle. I don't know what got into him. So anyway, this is fabric we found when we were going through the closet.
Okay.
And so I have a pattern for a nice loose, that kind of pirate shape open blouse, which will also be good for sailing in summer and all that other kind of stuff. And it fits within not really a capsule wardrobe, because a capsule wardrobe is something where you have 13 pieces and you can,
We are not capsule wardrobe people.
We're not.
Let's just
it does give you, there are dresses in the closet that's behind this thing in the other room that I haven't had on, and God knows when they'll go to the church when we can finally donate back to the church. So that's what I can do with those.
That is what you can do with those.
Absolutely.
I don't think we are capsule wardrobe people.
I'm not, but at least now I know I can use that as a basis for when I'm traveling. Yes. So what else? Anything else? Did you buy anything? Did anything arrive in your mailbox?
I bought some olive oil lotion, but I did not, because I don't like using the bar lotion on like my legs and feet. I don't know why. I just am not a fan of that feeling. So I wanted to get other lotion. Okay. So I tried to get as close to what they use at my local nail salon as I could find. All right. And then I ordered some pasta online because why not? And that came.
I ordered some Sephora. I was running out of my drunk elephant. So there's one over here.
Yeah, you have like 7 of them around the house.
I had 4, and I have one less now because one died.
Oh.
So this still has some stuff. So anyway, I get the drunk elephant. What's it called? Lippy. That's right. Lippe. Because it's really moist.
Mm-hmm.
And I get dry lips all the time.
I ordered my jeans. That's what I did.
Oh, that's true.
My jeans in my size were finally available again. And they were actually available in the current sale at Gap. And so I got a pair.
Very good. Very good.
Because the ones that I'm wearing right now have developed the, as I call, the anti-thigh gap hole. Which I will try and patch, but, you know.
I ordered something from Amazon. I don't even remember what it is now.
Nice.
And I ordered needle tips from somebody on Etsy.
For the likies?
For the likies.
Nice.
I bought size 5s and size 6s. Because the set started at 7.
Yeah. Oh, my fabric for my other dress should be here soon.
And I had ordered that fabric, and the fabric came in, and it's already been through the washer and dryer, so it was already in quarantine.
Well, because you ordered that from Mood?
No, I ordered that from Instagram.
The fabric?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes. I ordered 2-yard pre-cut things, and they're huge. It must be something like 58 inches by 2 yards. So plenty of fabric to make blouses with.
My fabric says that it was in Jersey City on the 23rd, and today it says it is in transit.
Jersey City's so far.
And on track to be delivered to its final destination. It's okay, it was in Pittsburgh last week.
Why?
We think it might be one of those things where it was like...
Mood?
No, the fabric scrap place.
Ah!
We're thinking this might be USPS saying, oh, you said... 7 to 10 day delivery. It needs to be 7 to 10 days, not 3 days because it's from Brooklyn.
Right.
So, yeah.
Very possibly.
Yeah. But I think that's
I know.
it.
I ordered some chocolate non-milk milk. And it came. It's pea protein based.
Interesting.
It's good. And it upsets my stomach less than anything else so far.
That's good.
Yes, it says it has no allergens in it whatsoever. You read the side of the box. We don't have this. We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that.
It's like the avocado ice cream.
Something like that, yes.
The avocado ice cream is very good.
Don't think I've had any.
When I can find, I know 2 grocery stores where I can get it. Neither of which I'm going to right now.
Okay. So anyway.
Because they're by the office.
Started my square.
Yeah.
Well, that would be hard to bring ice cream home from there.
Oh, I've done it.
Oh.
No, you get it. You go on the subway, you go home.
Right. I mean, that's a nonstop trip. But there's a box downstairs from Amazon. I don't remember what I have in it. Anyway, my cross stitch will arrive in pieces over the side. Oh, I know what the other cross stitch was those ornaments. And as I was talking to Elizabeth, I have up here some other little cross stitch. Aha. This is actually a bigger one. This is Anne Hathaway's house. But I've got one, I think, at the Liberty store and something else. And what I've decided to do, it won't work with this because this was too big, is to turn them into Christmas ornaments. And we can hang them on
a garland.
A garland of some kind and celebrate that way. So yes, I do have counted cross stitch that I can finish. And there's one that's under here because I saw it the other day. And it's gone again. Oh well.
Darn.
This is what happens when you have people helping you in your room. Not Elizabeth, but the other person that lives here.
Yep.
Oh, you should have seen. He dumped everything. The pins went everywhere.
Why am I not shocked?
It was a riot. Anyway, so we will organize these so that they're in one place, and they will become Christmas ornaments, too.
Very exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Oh, I did order last week. I probably told you all. I ordered some snarky pattern.
Yes, you did.
Cross stitch pattern. So my thread for some of my cross stitch stuff, so I can finish some projects.
Oh, so you ordered the patterns, and then you have to get the thread separate.
Yes, I got digital downloads.
Okay.
Because I have a good amount of, like, fabric in the, like, either
The
Ada
linen
or
or-
linen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, actually, I have a humongous amount of linen downstairs.
In there, too, I just found some.
In where?
In that brown hat box.
That's yours, not mine.
That's ours.
That's yours.
I thought that was ours.
Well, I could certainly use it, but it's
I mean,
yours.
oh, I didn't know.
That's yours.
Oh, well, I can go through
That was
at
from
some
my
point.
mother.
I just like the hat box.
Okay, well,
We can go through what's in it at a later date.
Okay, so
but-
that was from Mom.
Oh.
I have no idea what's in it.
Was that one of her things she sent you back with one time?
Yes.
Oh, good.
This is for Elizabeth.
No,
I
it's
thought
lovely.
your serger was in it.
No. No.
Anyway.
No, the serger's separate. Like, it's its own...
Well, I thought that's what it was.
No.
Oh, well.
Must have been the same trip, though.
Must have been.
So, I
anything
think...
else?
I don't think so. It's been a pretty...
I think
Oh.
I did buy that Stephen West pattern.
Which one?
The new one.
There's so
one.
many of them. The paint box one?
Yes. Yes, the paint box.
Ah,
I
so...
did buy that because I'm planning to use all my little minis.
Oh, your Advents?
Yes.
Very good.
I have to figure out what I'm going to be using as the central spine.
Yes.
But I think it's going to be a dark.
Mm.
And when I do that, I don't know. It's when I clean out the stuff that's at my feet. I'm getting so tired of having stuff at my feet.
So, the painting bricks?
Yes.
So this is what we're talking about. His newest. I think it's his
Yes.
newest.
I think it is too.
Or one of his newest. Yeah,
So,
March 2020.
I did get that.
There's both a fingering weight and DK weight version.
All my minis are in fingering.
Right. So I'm actually going to save that in favorites in mini skein usage. But then there was a sweater that I saw on Instagram that's a mystery knit along, but not really mystery because you know what it's going to look like. So it's called Lady Fingers, and it's a sweater, and I showed you it. Where did it go? Here.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and I'm very intrigued by it. And I think I might stash dive for some parlay, which is a bamboo blend with, and I might use some of the colors that I used in my...
How many colors does it need?
5.
5.
But 1 skein of each.
Right.
So, it's not that much yardage.
No, it's just whatever.
I mean, if you collect single skeins of DK...
I understand, dear. No, it's not really my thing.
No, I just think it'd be a nice throw it on if, you know.
Well, I was thinking if it were not mono-colored, but maybe 2 or 3 color. I was thinking like a black, a white, and a pink, or a black,
You
a
could
white,
do
and a
that.
gray.
If you go on her website here, I pulled it up actually. I have a tab open. One of the things she has is a coloring page. So you could color it in to figure out what you wanted to do. So it's by More Thunder, and I really like it. It's like a knit along kind of where she's posting it in pieces on her website, and it will be on her website in this format forever. But if you want the consolidated pattern, that will be on Ravelry once the cal is over. But I thought it was really nice. I'm probably going to go stash diving for it. I already think I know what I'm going to stash dive for it. But we'll see if that gets cast on. I still really want to do the butt shorts. I need to make a list and actually stick to it because I never stick. But let's be real, I never stick to the lists I make.
Well, that's why my thing is to get rid of the stuff under my feet.
See, I'm currently, I have the works in progress. I have the one thing that's been on my queue for a while. I have the test knit that was kind of an unexpected. And then I have my impulse knit, as I call it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
You've got quite a bit underway.
I do, but I also like having that diversity in my knitting. As it is, I have 2 things on size 4s, and I have one thing on size 5s, and then one thing on size 8s, I think.
I have 2 things on a 6. The blue downstairs, I believe, is on a 6. I don't know what that's on. That's on a bigger needle. That's on an 8, I believe.
Okay.
But I'm perfectly happy anywhere from a 3,
I just like having variety for my
1.
wrist. Because, like,
well, see, that's when I start playing video games.
Oh, see, I pull out the cross stitch, but I'm waiting on thread.
Yes. Well, I can't wait to see my lake and
I'm
Riverside
very excited
coming.
about
we'll
these.
have to really start looking and watching for them.
Yeah.
I mean, we could look at other gold. I like the gold collection because it's really detailed.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like the detail. I don't need any pithy sayings looking back at me. If I still had an office where pithy sayings
I mean, I'm very tempted to fill this wall behind you with pithy sayings.
You're more than welcome to do that. I'm not doing that.
There's definitely 1 or 2 that are coming your way because they're just too good not to give to you.
So, but I can see doing Christmas ornaments. So those little ones that are scattered around the house, which they're about this big. I can see making into Christmas ornaments.
Yeah, I found
so that'd be fun.
I found an old bookmark kit that I had, so I'm gonna finish those, and I have those ready, and I know who I'm gonna monogram them for,
They're very nice.
Put their name on it.
Mother's Day is coming up. We need to think of something for
Nana.
my mother. Yes. Oh, you know what would be nice if we could find a place that would deliver her dinner.
I bet we could. I bet we can talk to Laura.
A good thing. We have a dinner, or we have several dinners delivered, like on a Thursday night or a Friday night or something like that. We should talk to Laura and see what we could do about that. I think that would be perfect for her. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm thinking, you know what we have in the refrigerator? We have a can of crab meat.
Oh.
So we could also make crab cakes next week.
We could.
According to that recipe that I used that had nothing that we were allergic to. They were good. And they were drier than the ones we had made before. So they stayed together and they were
good.
They had substance to them.
Well, we're going to also try and make a quick and dirty version of paella.
Love paella.
We do.
Now,
but
saffron, you can't have saffron. You just couldn't find
we
any.
can. It's expensive to get.
I have some.
We have some downstairs?
I believe so.
We will check. It's just hard to find.
Oh, you know who Uncle Giuseppe's is where I bought mine.
I'm not going to Uncle Giuseppe's right now.
Right.
But yeah. So I figured we could either make it in the Instapot, because I know that that's a thing that can be done in the Instapot, or we can make it in the copper pot. Right. I've got 3 different recipes that we can pull from. And
sounds great.
Yeah. Well, because I was thinking, what can we do? Because usually we go out to eat for your birthday.
I know, we'd be making all kinds of recipes.
I know I would. And usually, and this year we were thinking, because it was going to be after your semester ended, we could go to a show. It was going to be this whole thing. But Broadway is still dark, which is the safest place, or the safest way for it to be right now. But I did think for Dad's birthday, I'm not going to make a meal because he doesn't seem to appreciate when I make a meal as much.
He does.
Oh, well, I was going to just make him cocoa bars.
He'd like that too. He's just not effusive, darling.
He's also just not good at
not effusive.
Saying that he actually enjoyed something.
He's not effusive.
Okay. But yeah, so.
Well, by next week, these squares are going to be huge.
I mean, yeah, they're supposed to be a foot by, 12 by 12.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be a delightful blanket.
Yeah.
All right. And I should be able
16
to.
feet square.
I know there's a pencil around here. So, there's a
right
pencil.
Even has your name on it.
Yes, well, I would carry pencils with my name on it in class, pink, so that the men who came to class to take an exam on those Scantrons, I'd have pencils that they could use, but they were not going to be walking around school with them with a pink pencil with Dr. Carolyn Predmore's name on it. You'd be amazed, though, I lost
a lot of them.
A fair number of them. There are a fair number of Dr. Carolyn Predmore pens running around or in someone's pocket from Manhattan College. Anyway, if someone has it, they really needed it. And they really didn't disappear until my last semester. So maybe they're souvenirs for people.
Maybe.
Anyway, with that, we're going to say...
we're going to head out.
Yes, I hope you all are doing well.
Yes.
We obviously are doing just fine.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay inside if you can.
In
New York, wear your mask.
Go for a walk every few days. While we are being told to stay inside, we are also being told that getting fresh air is still good for us.
I open windows.
I do too. I also have noticed that in my neighborhood, there is significantly less people out during the morning time. So if you do need to go for a walk just around the block, go out in the morning. But still, remember that that's a good thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, that's one thing.
So please stay safe.
Wash your hands.
We're washing our groceries.
We're washing everything. But wash your hands. And if you're wearing a mask regularly, wash your face. If you don't wash your face, start washing your face again. Come on now. Because the mask, I mean, I'm washing my face still, but you can't really see it on camera. Now you can. I've been breaking out because of the mask. But it happens. And if that's the worst thing that occurs for me, I'm okay with that.
Where are you going that you need the mask that much?
It's because the orders say anywhere you might possibly meet people. So even when I go down to get my mail.
Okay.
Even when I go down to get the mail, I've been putting on a mask.
Okay.
But I've been going and getting my mail only like 2 or 3 times a week. But yeah, so everyone be careful, be safe, stay home if you can. If not, be as careful as possible.
Yes.
And yeah, just hang in there. It
may take some time.
At least in New York, Governor Cuomo said that he has begun to establish a plan for being able for all sectors to return to work. He did discuss that the first thing, no matter what, needs to be that the rate of admittance to hospitals needs to be declining for 14 days. Yes. Today was
important are people's lives.
Yes. So New York had a decline at the end of last week. However, Friday and Saturday it did go up. Or Thursday and Friday it went up. So then Saturday is our first day of decline after. Okay. Yes. So that might be our start of clock, but who knows? We might have another, small wave that happens. You never know. But I do think that is a good first step to announce, especially with everyone being so concerned.
And then everybody needs to make their own decisions. I know in Georgia was talking about what they're reopening. I mean, look at this hair. Do I go to a beauty parlor all that often? The answer is no. So they're opening beauty parlors, barber shops. Well, we don't go there very often to begin with. I don't go and get my nails done. So I wouldn't be there for that. I don't bowl anymore, so I wouldn't be hanging out the bowling alley. As nice as it is, I used to have my own bowling ball. In fact, I had 2 bowling balls.
Oh, wow.
And I think that would be the healthier way to go now. If you're going to go bowling, have your own bowling ball.
Your own shoes.
Because then you're touching with your fingers only you.
Yeah.
But we don't go bowling, so that really wouldn't be something that would have an impact on us.
But that's Georgia.
No, it's Georgia. What I'm saying is, and movie theaters. Well, with Netflix and all this other kind of stuff, we haven't been to a movie in Lord knows how long.
We should rent Knives Out for your birthday.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be fun.
That would be a great deal of fun.
That would be fun.
So, the things that are opening in Georgia, I've made the comment to your dad, are things that wouldn't affect my life anyway.
Right, but they affect other people's lives.
No, I'm just saying that, he says, well, I think I'm going to go stir crazy. I go, well, what do we do anyway? He would go and work on the boat.
Which he can now.
Which he can on weekends. He didn't get his self together yesterday. Or today to go and work on the boat. But yes, he can. I think he'll figure it out. I'm just saying on a daily basis.
Oh, yes.
For him, what is becoming open in other states is not something that he would avail himself of. I mean, I can't imagine your dad at this point going to a movie in the middle of the day.
Not without one of us, no.
Yeah. So that's not going to happen. And,
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. But they are saying that construction and manufacturing will probably be the first sector to open.
Yes.
And it will be open. New York is the I'm talking about. Will be opening in sections, probably county by county.
Yes.
Probably upstate to downstate.
Which makes sense.
Because
they've got the lesser density population.
So be careful. Be safe. We'll talk to you next week.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye.